is somewhat interesting. I didn't know this. I was just told, Snurdly, tell me if you knew this. Back in 1997, Todd Akin asked the head of the Missouri Republican Party to step aside. 1997, after he got a DUI. Yeah, this is from the archives of the Columbia Tribune newspaper. Republican lawmakers interviewed yesterday said they were expecting Richardson to step aside. That's the logical thing, just in terms of keeping our focus on legislation, said Representative Todd Akin, Republican St. Louis. So, yeah, back in 97, Todd Akin told a Missouri GOP head honcho to get out of there because of a DUI. Welcome back, folks. Great to have you here. Rush Limbaugh, the EIB Network, Limbaugh Institute for Advanced Conservative Studies. Here is, grab audio soundbite number 8. I mentioned in the previous busy broadcast hour that it was Todd Akin who finally drew Barack Obama out and sent him to the White House press room. 2 months without taking substantive questions from his own stenographers. He'd been talking to People magazine, Entertainment Tonight, but his own stenographer's feelings were hurt. He will come out and talk to him. So Akin says what he says Sunday in St. Louis, and Obama says, you know what, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna talk to press. And it was yesterday at the White House, the press briefing. Obama dropped in, spoke with his stenographers. And Jim Coonan, AP, said, you're no doubt aware of the comments made by Todd Akin. I wondered if you think those views represent the views of the Republican Party. What a probing question. Man, oh man, what would we do without our press corps?
Mr. President, do you think what Todd Akin said represents the entire thinking of the Republican Party?
Obama's been afraid to face this? Obama's been scared to go out and take these hard, penetrating questions? And here's what Obama said.
The views expressed were offensive. Rape is rape. What I think these comments do underscore is why we shouldn't have a bunch of politicians, a majority of whom are men, making healthcare decisions on behalf of women. And so although these particular comments have led Governor Romney and other Republicans to distance themselves, I think the underlying notion that we should be making decisions on behalf of women for their health care decisions, or qualifying forcible rape versus non-forcible rape, I think those are broader issues, and that is a significant difference in approach between me and the other party.
Okay, rape is rape. That's a horrible... Rape is rape. Rape is rape. We're health care, women's health care. Women's... I don't know, but I know that all Akin cares about is the lives of innocent children. That's all, I guarantee you, folks, that's all he cares about. And he doesn't know how to talk about it. He doesn't know how to make his point about it. But did you remember the story from last week? This is from Reuters. Janet Napolitano accused of sexual harassment. Secretary of Homeland Security Janet Big Sis Napolitano has been accused of sexual harassment and discrimination against male employees. Really, does anybody care about this? Has anybody seen this story outside of the first day it was reported? We have an ongoing controversy at the Department of Homeland Security. Article from August the 12th, folks. That's when this story hit. August the 12th, 9 days ago. We have a lawsuit here. We have actual charges of sexual harassment against the Department of Homeland Security director. And what's Obama have to say about that? Zip, zero, nada. Is anybody going to ask Napolitano to resign? For the good of the party, for the good of the country, for the good of Obama's reelection. Anybody going to say to Janet Napolitano, hey, big sis, this is a distraction we don't need? No, nobody's going to say that because it isn't a distraction, because nobody knows about it. You're talking about making health care decisions for women, and men ought not be doing that. What the hell's Obama? He's a man. What does Obamacare do? He's got his mandate in there. He's got a birth control mandate in there. He is mandating certain behaviors where women are concerned via Obamacare. But somehow that connection isn't made. In the complaint, Big Sis is accused of turning her female-run department into a frat house where male staffers were routinely humiliated. And this according to Forbes magazine. Along with the culture against men, Napolitano is accused of providing unequal opportunities for men and women, promoting women to the highest positions while equally qualified men were bypassed. The lawsuit against Napolitano serves as a stark reminder for employers that discrimination goes both ways, and you have to be on the lookout for much more than men harassing women. We do? We have to be on the lookout for that? No, we don't. This story didn't cause a ripple, much less a wave. Wasn't anybody upset about this? This story didn't cause Obama to go to the press room and start taking questions. This story didn't cause anybody any concern. Sexual harassment at the highest levels of Homeland Security. A female frat house. Discrimination against men. The complaint against Napolitano is instructive to employers because you got to pay attention to discrimination against men now. Nobody cares. Not a word. Have you heard about the e-book? There's this new e-book out that says the Obama campaign is roiled by conflict. That there's a bunch of people in this campaign that nobody likes. And they don't like each other. And they're not unified. And they're having all kinds of problems inside the Obama campaign. The long knives are out from one person to the next. By Glenn Thrush. President Obama's campaign team, celebrated 4 years ago for its exceptional cohesion and eyes on the prize strategic focus, has been shadowed this time by a succession of political disagreements and personal rivalries that haunted the effort at the outset. Second-guessing about personnel, strategy, and tactics has been a dominant theme of the re-election effort, according to numerous current and former Obama advisors who were interviewed for Obama's Last Stand, an e-book out yesterday, published in a collaboration between Politico and Random House. The discord, according to these sources, has on occasion flowed from Obama himself, who at repeated turns has made vocal his dissatisfaction with decisions made by his campaign team, with its messaging, with Vice President Biden, and with what Obama feared was clumsy coordination between his own West Wing and re-election headquarters in Chicago. The effort in Chicago, meanwhile, has been bedeviled by some of the drama Obama dodged in 2008, including at a critical point earlier this year, a spat that left senior operatives David Axelrod and Stephanie Cutter barely on speaking terms, and growing doubts about the effectiveness of Debbie Blabbermouth Schultz. Okay, well, make of it what you will, but there's an interesting lift from this. There's an interesting, paragraph here. Listen to this. The two things Obama fears most. This is from this e-book. It's out yesterday. The two things Obama fears most about a Romney victory are a 7-2 conservative Supreme Court within a few years, and the equally unbearable possibility in Obama's mind that Romney will get to take a victory lap on an economic rebound Obama sees as just around the corner. Obama in this book is quoted as saying, "I'm not going to let him win so that he can take credit when the economy turns around." Now, folks, How stupid do they think we are? There isn't going to be an economic turnaround with Barack Obama in charge of things. What economic turnaround? There isn't going to be one. Oh, there might be minuscule improvements in one area of the economy, or maybe a couple, but there's not going to be an economic turnaround like there was in the 80s, with 400,000, 500,000 new jobs a month being created. It isn't possible with what Obama's policies are that are yet to be implemented if he wins a second term. Obamacare alone is going to make an economic recovery of that kind impossible. The book also makes it plain. I have had this story off to the side here for 2 or 3 weeks now. And there's a soundbite that I keep telling Cookie, hold this. I've told her 3 or 4 times to give it to me, and I haven't gotten to it. It's the story that Obama really personally dislikes Romney. And why? This is not simply political opposition. There is a personal, visceral dislike for Romney, a contempt for Romney that's held by Obama and Michelle Obama. And I know why. Romney personifies everything wrong with this country in Obama's view. Romney, in one human being, personifies everything wrong about this country. And that's why Obama hates him. He doesn't have a bad pay, he's clean and pure as the wind-driven snow. Doesn't smoke, doesn't drink. He's successful. He's wealthy. Romney is the classic illustration of somebody who got what he has who doesn't deserve it. Romney is the classic illustration of a power elite that's been running this country from the days that it was founded. Romney personifies. Romney is everything Obama dislikes about this country. But this book, if Obama really thinks that he is leading this country out of a recession, that is scarier than anything Akin could ever say. And I mean that from bottom line. If this quote is true, that Obama is worried that the eventual economic recovery, what does he think? It just happens on its own? It's just something cyclical? He probably does. He looks at the private sector as this never-ending golden goose. He's got all this money. He can go get from it whenever he wants it and transfer it to someplace. He has no clue how it's created. We know that. You didn't build it. You didn't do that on your own. It was the roads and bridges that made your business successful. It was what the government did. The man is clueless. You want to talk about stupid, ignorant, whatever word you want to use, he just thinks this is going to rebound on its own in enough time, or that his policies are going to make this economic rebound, and then if Romney wins, Romney's going to get credit for it. If there is an economic rebound and Romney is president, it's going to be because Romney gets rid of the, dare I say it, chains and shackles that Obama has put on this economy. And with that, a brief timeout, and we'll get to your phone calls when we get back.